Welcome in to Arkansas Sports Now. Glad to have you along here as we're breaking down the high school rankings once again. We're going to talk a little bit of Arkansas Razorbacks. We're going to talk about postseason play, and Brad Caldwell right here. And Justin, he's off camera.
What's up, guys?
He's not feeling great today, but he's here nonetheless.
Oh, yeah. Checking out these rankings. Got to talk about them.
Yeah, right. They're always something to talk about with the rankings. Plus, district tournament, right?
Yes. Can't wait.
Do you realize that postseason basketball right now lasts basically from now until June?
Yeah, it's nuts.
I mean, that's it. I mean, you know, you've got the regular, the high school postseason. Then you've got NCAA March Madness, and then you've got the NBA playoffs. I don't watch a lot of NBA.
I don't watch any NBA at all.
I really don't, but, it's there. And they drag that postseason out like it's wild. I mean, that thing starts in April, ends in June. That's a long, long time.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, so anyway, but glad to have you along. And, of course, any time that this starts, I start getting phone calls. It never fails, fails.
Crystal Stewart chiming in on Riverview Raiders.
I got Riverview Raiders, the girls especially, seem to come up quite a bit. Again, I have said now, and it's funny because fan bases, they just, when you're a fan of a team, you're a fan of a team. There's nothing wrong with that.
I get it.
I understand it, right? But it's like when you talk about, like, Sloan Hendricks is the team that I'm talking about here. And I have said now forever, you're splitting hairs when you're talking about Sloan Hendricks and Riverside. Literally splitting hairs. I'll guarantee you, if those two teams get on the floor 10 times, it's a 5-5 deal. I mean, honestly, when I look at the rankings across the board, those two teams seem to me to be the two teams that are the closest, in my opinion. And anyway, we're gonna talk about that today. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but there is, in my opinion, absolute proof of that this week. We'll talk about that. It's always interesting when you're breaking down the rankings. You're talking about different things. Keith Melton says 2A Hector Wildcats. They're pretty good.
Yeah, they are.
We'll talk about them as well. Bracy Wilkerson says, without a doubt, the best point guard to ever play on the Hill. And I know that he is talking about Darius Acuff Jr.
Look, we're close to without a doubt. He's amazing. I ain't taking nothing away from him, but
that's a nuanced conversation as well.
It is. I just want to see him finish the season on the path that he is, because he's got an upward trajectory right now. If he finishes the way he's playing right now, yes, there's not an argument. I don't think.
I do think there is.
He wins the national title.
That one would be.
Yeah. If he, I'm sorry, but he's as good as they come in the country right now.
This team is not winning the national title. Number one, I have already resigned myself to that fact. They're not going to win a national title. This is a Sweet 16, in my opinion, ceiling team. Now, with that said, they can improve between now and then, and they could win some games. A game maybe that they're not supposed to win. I think Elite Eight would be like they played the very best that they could possibly play to get there. That would be my opinion. And a lot of it just has to do with their lack of defense during stretches of ball games that I think eventually will end up biting them in the butt. Now, that said, you might start seeing them in the SEC tournament. They may start just balling out.
They may. They very well could.
But anyway, Bracy, I disagree with you. I do. And I will talk about that as well. But it really is, again, it's a nuanced conversation. In my opinion, Lee Mayberry is still the very best point guard to ever play at Arkansas. But if you're talking about a one-year situation, it's hard to argue against Darius Acuff.
Really
if you're talking about peak, it's hard to argue against Darius Acuff. So we'll talk about that as well. But Bryant Wallace says Earl Bulldogs / Lady Bulldogs ready to make that postseason run. Well, you know what? Let's throw. You got that graphic?
Yeah.
Let's throw that graphic up there.
Oh, wait, that one?
Yeah, that one. Not that one.
Oh.
Not that one. The sponsorship one.
Oh, okay.
While we're at it, Crystal Street Review Raiders.
There we go.
Did we miss that? All right. So, all of you know that we're doing the 4A and the 1A tournaments. We got to have sponsorships. We need you to help us, okay? We need you to reach out. I'm serious now. I'm serious. We need this. We need your help. So, your businesses in your town can sponsor your team's games for $200, and we need 2 or 3 of them if we can get them. You know, and if you got 5 of them that want to be a part, that's great too. We've got to start getting these coming in. And I will say that my butt is puckering right now because we're getting really close to that time. And we do have good sponsorship already with the majors, the big ones, but we need these 4A and 1A
state
local
tournaments just cost us so much.
It does. It does.
The AAA, they get their piece.
Well, they don't get it from us. I'm not going to throw that on them. But it does cost us money to house people, to feed people, that sort of thing. You got to pay people for 5 days to be down there or up here or wherever. So I'm saying help us out. And that is, you can see that on the screen there. If you know somebody that's a business owner in your town, Earl Lady Bulldogs, y'all are going to be in it. We need you to we need them to get sponsored. So I'm throwing that out there. Sponsor your team, support your team, and the local sponsorship aspect of what we're doing on ASN. Now, let's move on and let's go ahead and get into the 1A. I will say that overall there wasn't a ton of movement in the rankings, and I know that like some classes, I'll say 5A girls was one of these that I ran into. 5A girls, there was losses at the bottom, and when I went to go try to move somebody new in, there wasn't anybody to move in. And so, especially Greenbrier got a loss. Yeah. Like Parkview beat them pretty good, and they're like 3-9 in the conference, but they didn't move out of the top 10 because there wasn't anybody to move in there.
No, nobody good enough at least.
Yeah. Stephanie, we'll talk about the 3A2 here in a minute. Hang with us. Earl stays at the top of the 1A girls. Westside Greers Ferry got beat this week again.
Really?
Yes, and I'm trying to think now. Well, I don't. I need to stop doing this off the top of my head. I can recall a lot of it, but I'm getting in trouble in the comments because I'm saying, well, this one won by this many, and it was like I'd say 7 and they won by 9 or whatever, or 9 and they won by 7.
We'll do 2A after we get done with 1A.
Hey, yeah, that's all right. Anyway, let me look here real quick. Let me get to you here. All right. I got to pull. So I have told you that I have a. Let me see if I can just do that. I'll just turn this around just to show you. When people say you don't keep up.
Yeah, it's a very confusing and headache
Well,
driving spreadsheet.
So each of those, right, so you got the pink of the boy or girls and the blue and the boys, okay? And I have the last, 6 weeks of basketball.
Yep.
And if you were in the top 10, I've got your score logged for every week. So
we pay
hundreds.
We look at
hundreds of games. Anyway, let me look here. Westside Greers Ferry got beat by Dirks.
Oh, wow.
Dirks, and this is 2A, so I won't get into it, but they're playing very good basketball right now. And I actually would like them to be at the ASN Classic next year.
Yeah. It's a long drive for them.
Well, we don't even know where it's going to be at, but I'd like for them to be. I would like to see. I'm calling it now. I'm going to throw it out there right now.
It don't matter where it's at. It's a long drive.
Give me a Poen. Give me a Dirks matchup in the ASN Classic. I want it.
That'd be great.
Let's make it happen. I'm serious now.
It would be great.
Somebody from Poen, somebody from Dirks. I actually saw somebody from Poen. at basketball this weekend. Now, that's another thing. One of the reasons why these rankings are not coming out on Sunday is because my life is inundated with Pee Wee basketball. Now,
Jeff Miles is. We're not doing 2A state. Nobody.
No.
We're 1A and 4A.
1A and 4A. We can't do 2A.
We don't have the manpower.
Right. I would love to. I mean, we're stretching it right now to do 1A and 4A. But anyway, with that said, we want to do Poe and we want to do Dirks. I want that matchup next year. Let's make it happen.
It'd be a good game if we have that.
Let's make it happen. All right. Anyway, so Dirks beat Westside, but I felt like 2A. It's a 2A game, and then
Dirks is playing really good.
And then I'm not saying anything against County Line, but is County Line when I look at these, is County Line going to beat Dirks? Probably not. Probably not. So
I don't think they're going to beat
now,
Westside Greers Ferry either.
I don't know that, but the question when I sit here and look at these rankings and I say, well, Dirks beat them 54-43, would County Line fare any better? I don't know. Maybe they would, maybe they wouldn't, but it's a 2A top something team. I'll give you that in a minute because I don't want to blow that surprise. But anyway, so that was one of the reasons why County Line didn't move up to the 2 spot. Mark Tree fell big this week, and they did fall in the rankings. Lost to BIC by 17, lost to EPC by 33. Now, in my opinion, that's different than losing to Dirks by 11.
Yeah.
BIC is the 10th ranked team in 2A. EPC's not ranked, even though they're right there on the cusp, but they got beat by 33 in that game. It's just, and it's one of those games that things didn't go well for them, and it just probably snowballed on them. So, anyway, so they dropped down to 7. Again, when you look at these rankings here, I've said now for a while, I felt like I've lost my ranking or my monitor over here. I don't know what happened there. There we go.
Sorry.
That's all right. Anyway, when I look at these rankings, I've said for a while that 1 and 2 have separated themselves. I still believe that. Boy, at this point, I don't know that 1 isn't just separated by itself. We'll see.
Very well could be. Our girls are playing really good basketball right now.
Right. And you got Jasper is way up there. I'm a little nervous about that one. I'm not going to lie to you. But they have been the benefit of winning games and then the teams ahead of them losing. That's how rankings work, right? And so Jasper's way up there now because of that. Wonderview staying around 6. Mark Tree, man, we need that monitor right here so I don't have to look at it over here. But anyway, Viola and Norfolk, I had an interesting conversation with both those coaches. It was good. I love, and I've had tons of conversations with coaches. We're talking about sponsorships. Hey, can you help us get some sponsorships? And then we end up rabbit trailing, and the Viola Norfolk matchups came up.
Yeah.
I've got a girl that is very she's very attached to 1A, and she lets me know how stupid I am about the 1A rankings all the time. And that Viola Norfolk game comes up, and then Lafayette County hanging in there at 10. They've got a really good record. I could see them making noise beyond that 10 spot. You got to also remember, if we say, hey, Earl's 1 all the way to 10, Lafayette County's 10. If you're ranked 10, you're actually supposed to go out in the first round of the tournament.
Yeah.
You are not favored to win. I mean, if you're talking about favorites and not favorites and all that, you're not favored to win your first round game because 8 move on to the second round, 4 move on to the semifinals, and 2 move on to the championship. So,
and the 1A is so hard. Oh my gosh, they got good teams
absolutely.
everywhere. The 1A South is hard enough to get out of for those girls. My goodness.
Absolutely. Got a lot of Earl talk in there right now.
Yeah.
A lot of Earl talk right now. Let's see here.
Well, they're worth talking about. They're a good basketball team.
Not doing 2A state. I can get you some sponsors. Jeff, we just don't have the ability. There's just no way, man. I would love to.
There's
we
only
got
8 of us.
Right.
Tops.
Lafayette County Cougar Boys. This is on YouTube. And then I'm more concerned about who's heading to the draft. That's Razorback stuff. We'll talk about that later. Anyway, so there's 1A girls there. That's kind of the rundown of them. Let's move on to the 1A boys.
Just a second.
Appreciate it. Listen, this is my favorite show. And, last week we didn't do one. Probably are not going to do that many shows between now and state, only because there's so much time that we have to spend on the phones right now.
Yeah.
I'm sitting
Justin's
here.
going to be busy doing games, too.
Well, right. And I'm sitting here thinking about, I have been trying to join the broadcast with Justin for Pottsville. And, I'm sitting here thinking about regional tournament, thinking, I don't know if I can even make it because of the time I have to spend on the phone. We'll see. Well, it all has to play out. But anyway, Earl boys at the top, Lead Hill, followed by Blevins, Nevada, Jasper, Bradford, Crowley's Ridge, County Line, Bearden, and Clarendon. Not a lot of change there either. Jasper did drop another couple spots. They did lose to Flippin. Flippin beat them by 20. And, again, it was one of those things. Flippin is the number 4 team in 3A, but 20-point margin, probably deserved a drop or two. And when you're talking about having Blevins and Nevada behind them, I felt like that was appropriate. Lead Hill was pushed. Let me look at that real quick.
Lead Hill's just got better.
Lead Hill was pushed by Ozark Mountain. We've talked about Ozark Mountain. They're 2A. Lead Hill beat them 59-57.
What a game.
It's a good win. It's a good win for a 1A school. You're talking about a team in Ozark Mountain that we've talked about. They're not in the top 10, but they're 25-7 or whatever they are, right?
Yeah.
So, they're a good team. That was a good win by Lead Hill there. And, nothing against Jasper on the Flippin. I think Flippin's a contender for 3A. I think they've got a chance to win the whole thing. Yeah. I think 3A's wide open, by the way. We'll get into that in a minute.
They're just another case of a lot of really good teams. It's going to be great competition.
Clarendon lost to Barton 73-63. Bearden, it was really more of Bearden moving beyond them more than Clarendon losing that game. Again, you're talking about an upper-level school taking on a lower-level school. It was only a 10-point margin. But Bearden has played so well that Bearden moved up. Clarendon dropped down. I think Clarendon, in my opinion, Clarendon's proven that they should have been in the top 10. We moved them in there several weeks ago, and they haven't moved. And there hasn't been a lot of movement with the 1A boys, and we talked about this as well. 1A is very deep. It's going to be a good tournament.
Bearden finished on a, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 12-game winning streak.
Who did?
Bearden.
Yeah.
Finished season 12-game heater.
So that 1A8, 1A7, both of those district tournaments are going to be interesting. And then when you get those two together in the regional, that's in my opinion, it's the toughest regional in 1A. I don't think it's even close, to be honest with you. That one, you're going to leave some good teams home. They're not even going to make it.
Yeah.
And you're talking about, like I think I said it last time, we're talking about 7 teams for 4 spots.
Yep.
That those teams 100% would make the tournament if they were in another regional.
Mm-hmm.
My girl, Chip Johnson, is a baller. I don't know Chip. The Lady Bulldogs are loaded. Hey, listen, we need some sponsors for the Lady Bulldogs. Y'all need to help us out. Let's see here. Crowley's Ridge better not overlook them. They're good. Yep. Yeah, there are. 1A is deep. 1A boys is deep. It is going to be an interesting tournament, and you can watch it with us. That's the great thing about it.
Time.
All right, let's move on to 2A. Do y'all like this? Do y'all enjoy this show? I feel like this is the one that we get the most feedback from. What do you think? It seems to be anyway.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, there's 2A girls. Give me a second to find it. There we go.
All right. 2A girls. Poen, Riverside, Dirks. And I've messed that up.
Bradley?
I know. Man, I'm doing these lately because of my schedule. Riverside is Quitman, by the way. Quitman is R2.
Number 4 or number 2?
They're 2. Riverside and Sloan dropped. I'll talk about that in just a minute. While we got a chance to talk about that. But Quitman is 2 on this. But again, because of my schedule, because of everything that has been going down lately, basically because I've been following my daughter, and I hope that people will give me grace about that. And even if you won't, I don't care.
We've both been really busy.
Well,
Brad even more than me. I just had games to do.
I'm
Brad
always
got kids
busy.
games.
I'm always busy, but I just my kids are just my kids, and they just come first. I don't know. What else can you say about it, right?
They should.
Yeah, I mean that's just the way it is. My kids are my kids. You know, I know that my kids will not be kids forever, and my daughter this year was her first year of basketball. You know, we've never had this problem before in basketball because of the fact that my daughter's never played, which my daughter is going to be a good basketball player, by the way. I'm just going to tell you that right now.
It's a fact.
No, it is a fact. I can tell you for sure. It is a fact.
She's got a great little team with her, too.
She does. I'm sending you this updated one right here. Anyway, Poen, Quitman, Dirks, Riverside, Sloan Hendricks, Barton, Southside, Akron, Washita, and Buffalo Island. Good solid top 10. You got that over there now.
I'm getting it.
Good solid top 10 there. Again, I feel like that you can take that top 7. I think you can draw a line underneath that and say that's your contenders. But I know that, you know, Akron's got some good wins, and Washita's got some good wins. Buffalo Island is not a bad team, you know. Look at you. Got it updated. It's beautiful. Quitman. I don't know. We've talked a lot about Quitman this year. Poen's been the team that has kind of taken the most attention with the Barrett girl. You know, we talked about Barrett. She's probably the second best player in the state, maybe the second best player in her class as well. I know that Whitley Johnson has something to – I'm sorry, Whitley Rogers has something to say about that. But
– And Sarah, to respond to, you know, yeah, Hackett ladies did beat Akron, but that's they should have, but they're also 12-14.
Okay, hold on. Again, here's the thing. Here's the thing about it. I'm only going by what I have on Scorebook Live, and I'm only going by what I have at the time. That could be updated right now. I know Sarah Bartmeyer. She's telling me the truth. I know that. But
yeah, they beat Akron.
Hey,
lost Akron once and beat them.
When was that?
The win against them was a 64-40 win on February 3rd. They lost Akron. 2.47-49 loss on January 16th.
All of the Akron, all of the updated stuff from that snow time, I don't know that it all got updated correctly at the right time, I should say.
Yeah.
So if we missed it, we missed it. And that has happened in years past as well, where you have a snow day or snow week or whatever, and then you have all of these games, and it just doesn't come out. I go and I check on Scorebook Live, and I could have totally overlooked it, by the way. But anyway, with that said, I understand where you're at. Also, I'm pretty sure Akron has. Yes, they did. They won that conference as well.
Yeah, they won the conference.
Yeah. So I mean, what's their record? Do you have that pulled up?
Akron.
Yeah.
They are 23-6, 8-1.
Okay. Yeah. Right. So while Hackett did get them, and I love Coach Bartmeyer, by the way, Sarah Bartmeyer, you know that. 12-14 versus what? 23. You say 23-6.
23-6. Yeah.
I got you.
That's why.
Anyway, oh no, just put some good stuff out there for our girls. Hey, I understand, and you are definitely partial. There's no doubt.
Hey, I get it. I asked me about Pottsville.
Hey, I'm telling you, her husband, the head coach at Hackett, seriously, one of the best guys out there. That is no lie. Washita 31-5. Yeah. Hey, look, there's a lot of good basketball out there, guys. I mean,
a lot.
If you look at that top, let's see, Poen's like 24-0, Quitman's, and I'm just, again, off the top of my head here, my phone is blowing up right now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Quitman's like 27-2. Dirks is, I think they've got like 4 or 5 losses, but
so many good teams in the girls 2A.
2A girls is going to be good, and Barton's got 1 loss. Yeah. But again, you know, all these rankings take care of themselves. I mean, we've said that
yeah,
1,000
it'll work
times.
itself out in playoffs.
1,000 times it does work itself out. All right, let's move on to a boys real quick.
Make sure you got it right.
Yeah, it's there. That's right. EPC, Hector, Sloan. Oh, go back to the girls real quick. That was something I was going to talk about. I apologize.
Bradley.
I know. I had something that I wanted to throw out there.
There you go.
All right. So we've talked about Riverside. We've talked about Sloan, right? And we've talked about them quite a bit on this part, right?
Yeah, Sloan's a good team.
So is Riverside, right? But here's the deal. Riverside played Manila, okay? Now, Manila is a 3A squad. They are number 4 in 3A. They're good. Both of them conference champions. Riverside lost to Manila 44-32. They played Sloan Hendricks in the same week. Manila did. Manila lost to them 68-61. So, 7-point difference, 12-point difference. I'm not sure which was on. I'm pretty sure that
Manila beat Sloan.
Manila beat Riverside and beat Sloan.
Okay, so Manila beat both those teams.
Yeah.
Sloan had the lesser loss.
Lesser of the loss. It was more of a defensive game versus Riverside versus the offensive game of Sloan. But here's the deal: it's a 5-point difference between that. 7-point loss to Sloan, 12-point loss to Riverside or with Riverside. Anyway, again, we're splitting hairs.
Yeah, really.
We're splitting hairs. The good thing is, again, this is going to work itself out. That's the fun part about it. All right, let's go to the boys now.
There you are.
See, I've got somebody giving it to me right now. 2 major starters out versus Manila.
Yep, of course.
Somebody, all we got to do, somebody's got to tell us, right? I know that.
Either way, it don't matter.
I'm pretty sure. Did we not have that same conversation last week with Sloan, and I believe it was Mark Tree. So, in my opinion, the difference of it has been that Riverside beat Mark Tree, and Sloan did not beat Mark Tree, and then we got we had this one out and that one out. I get it. It just, we can't, that's hard to keep up with. We can't possibly do it, to be honest with you, unless you let us know before the game, hey, or before we put the rankings in. Anyway. All right, East Poinsett County number 1, Hector number 2, Sloan Hendricks. Man, it's got to be a lot of fun over there at Sloan Hendricks right now with a top boys team, top girls team, Barton as well. England fell this week. They switched with Barton. Junction City and Hampton also switched spots. They shared that conference, 13-3 in that conference. By the way, if you have a conference that you're playing 16 games in, count yourself lucky.
Good night.
Right?
Really?
Count yourself lucky.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
That's a great conference.
Yes.
Better than the 6 I have to deal with.
10 games in conference over here at the 4A4. 16 games. That's enough. That's a
brutal schedule.
That's enough to decide. Southside comes in at 8, Woodlawn, and Mount Vernon and Nola. Now, Mount Vernon and Nola is the conference champion over Southside, but Mount Vernon and Nola had also lost 2 out of 3, 3 out of 4, whatever it was, and they moved out of the top 10. They moved back into the top 10. They beat Mountainburg by 20. Now, Mountainburg traveled to Mount Vernon and Nola.
Yeah, that's a long drive for them.
Mountainburg is, I think, a team, especially at home, a very dangerous team at home, and they are hosting that regional. So, something to look out for.
It's like playing Deer at Deer. Good
luck.
Right.
Not ranked right now, but definitely worth mentioning. Lane Hemphill of Rector dropped a 50-burger in 3 quarters the other night against Norfolk. That's a big deal. So, anyway, let's move to the 3A. Riverside had 3 starters out. Don't apologize for being passionate about following your kids. Thank you. That is what it's all about and why each of us are tuning in about our own kids. I appreciate that. And you're right.
I think I'm missing the 3A boys.
3A boys not in there?
I could just be missing it. I got the girls. 3A girls is up right now.
All right, well, let me send you the 3A boys again just in case.
Hang on, I'm looking right
now.
Got
it? It should be right there beside it.
Kane Story said we still got it at Hector. Yeah, y'all still got him at Hector. I'll tell you what.
Having a heck of a season over there at Hector right now. A lot of fun.
Really, really are.
A lot of fun. I tell you what, it's just when you have a team, and they're all of these teams that we're mentioning, you're having in that type of year, right?
Yeah.
Still not seeing it? Okay. 3A. I may not have saved it correctly. You're having that type of season. It's a special season if you're in the top 10. You're having a special year. That's not what I wanted to do. Anyway, you're having a great year. And I know that we had the tape between Greenland and Mountain View, and I will say that I was not able to go look at that. But I promise I will. But again, I'm sitting here telling you how busy I've been.
Yeah, I got the radio boys at all. You didn't send it to me? Wait, you sent it separate, or that's why.
Is it there?
Yeah, I got it.
No. Is that the Photoshop?
Oh, no, you sent that to me on the February 9th. Never mind, that's not it.
Yeah. We may have to go to a break real quick and let me update that real quick. Again, I'm doing this at I got up. I honest to goodness got up at 5. Well, not got up at 5. I started working on it at 5 this morning and went through it. But anyway, I was not able to go through the Greenland Mountain View tape, but I will. Greenland Mountain View Dover. I'm going to throw Manila into this mix as well. I think Manila's playing really good basketball right now. Lucy Farmer over there has over 1,500 points as a junior. She's good. She's a good player. Hadley Goodson is over there as well. She's got over 1,000 points right now. Manila made a run last year, and I think that they're just capitalizing on it. They're building on that. And so I think I want to throw them into the mix with Dover and Mountain View and Greenland. I feel like that's the best 4, but Episcopal sitting there at 5 also. And then you got Melbourne. Melbourne's sitting there, and they beat Bergman by 10 at Bergman the other day, so they're playing really good. I mean, it's a good thing. It's good. I mean, I think they're pretty deep there, the 3A girls. Now, we talked about 3A boys being wide open, and I'm going to have to get that updated. So here's what I need you to do. If you'll stay with us for about 2 minutes, I'm going to get this 3A boys updated, and we'll come right back. All right, here we go. We're back. Sorry about that. Again, Now, I do think that this week I should be able to get them out Sunday, but I think we'll come back and talk about them. Which by that point now you're going to be talking about regional brackets as well. So we're going to have a lot to talk about there next week as well, and all the way through the postseason. And then when we're at state, we'll have to do this, right? I mean, you would think we will have to do this and talk about it. It'll be some sort of, well, we can do it on Monday. And I do think we're also going to do like a March Madness style bracket, just like we did with football. So we'll do that as well. I think that we probably need to do that one for our YouTube members. We'll talk about it. But anyway, so 3A girls, Falk moves in to the bottom there. Falk has played well this year, kind of bounced back. After losing Coach Mo Williams. It's just 2 years ago that Falk was undefeated going into the second round of the state tournament where Harding Academy knocked them off. I remember how heartbroken that crew was. Man, that was heartbreak there in Elkins.
Heck of a game.
That was something. McGee is moving up the ranks a little bit. They're playing really good basketball. And Charleston moved in despite not being the conference champ there. Mansfield's the conference champ there. But Mansfield took 2 losses this week. They lost to Lavaca. They lost to Paris. I don't know who was out. I don't know what happened.
Doesn't matter.
Anyway.
L is an L is an L.
I mean, it really is true. You know, when you do rankings, when you see the rankings in college, they don't rank them because of who was out and who, they don't. And, I mean, that's what this is based on. Anyway, let's move on to boys real quick.
There we go.
All right. Newport 29-1.
Yeah, I mean, they're really good.
They have gotten hold of that one spot and they've not let it go.
Subi's having a great season too. Just Newport's just a touch better.
I mean, at least right now, we'll see on the court. Hopefully, what will happen there. Osceola and Subiaco matched up in the first round last year at the 3A tournament, and I battled that one out. And, man, I think we had Subi like 1 or 2 going into the tournament, and they ended up falling to Osceola. Of course, Osceola ended up winning the whole thing. Yeah. So that was one heck of a matchup there. Osceola drops another one. Rivercrest, I want to tell you, Rivercrest right now sitting at like 10-16. I'm not sure I'd want to see them in regional right now.
Yeah.
They're starting to play really good basketball. Jaden Young, man, I love watching Jaden Young play. He's not with them right now.
Yeah, they had him did the little thing. He scored his last basket with them a couple days ago. And I hate to see that young man hurt his senior year. He was fun to watch as a freshman. Yeah. My gosh.
Yep, and Buda Harris, if you saw the dunk, my gosh, going down the lane, that was something there. Flippin', I said earlier, Flippin's a team that can win it all. I am very surprised. I am. I'll say it again. I'm very surprised by Flippin' and the fact that they lose a 2,000-plus point scorer, and they still now they've moved up and.
They play good basketball in the White River.
They do.
They just do.
They do. Well, no football up there.
Nope.
And I talked to a coach about that, and she talked about how that bad teams are not bad up here because they play so much basketball. That's really like more like an Indiana, Kentucky type of feel there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Much more basketball than football in that area for sure. Anyway, Flippin', watch out for them. Lamar, super athletic.
Kate Bowen just topped 1,000 points.
6'6" as a junior right now. Lamar's got at least one more good run in him, if not more than that, but at least one more good run.
Cade's a heck of an athlete. He really is.
And they're sitting in that conference. Are they third? Are they the third seed in that conference? Paris and Subiaco are right there.
Yeah, really.
I need to find that out real quick. But anyway, it's a good conference in basketball, at least at the top for sure, between those three. It's good basketball. You're getting it pulled up. I've got it right here. I just got to scroll down to it. I wish they would set up a way that I could actually just go straight to it. That'd be nice.
It's Subi, Lamar, Paris. Should be 15-1. Lamar 14-2. Paris 13-3 in conference.
Another 16-game conference season. And Lavaca's not a bad team. Lavaca won 2A State not too long ago.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not a bad team. I know Coach Renner Reed there. He does a good job. Mansfield's not a bad team either. Mansfield is well coached. They play hard, I guarantee you. And they're 6-10 in the conference. So that's especially that top 6 there. That's going to be an interesting district tournament
It really
too.
will be.
Anyway, Riverview setting it at 7. And again, I think that you can take that, and I think I'm going to push.
Ashley Barr say he's 6'8" in second seed.
Oh, is that Mom?
Yeah, he put in 2 inches on us. Where at? No, I'm just kidding. He's a tall boy. He makes There's not many kids that make me feel small, and he makes me feel small.
One of the things about him, he's taller than me. He's got more hair than I do. That's
Yeah,
that's a good thing.
And he's in much better shape than the both of us.
Right.
Nice young man, really is.
I think I'm going to push flipping up into that top 4 there, and I'm going to draw a line under them. And Ashley's probably not going to like it, but I think that top 4. Now Lamar did beat Subiaco. I haven't seen Lamar play since they played Mountain View. Mountain View is a scrappy ball club.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were 17-11 on the year. Lamar struggled with Mountain View, and Mountain View finished 4th in that conference. But I also know that they beat Subiaco by 17 on their home floor in the dungeon.
Yeah, it's a hard place to play.
That's
a real hard place to play.
Yeah.
In a gym.
Yeah, for sure.
Fun place. I mean, it's a good time.
Brian Blank says Krotz for Lamar got injured. Heard it may have been a separated shoulder. That will hurt him if he. Yeah, that one right there. Krotz has come back. He's battled injury all year long.
It's one tough kid.
Broke his leg and came back from the broken leg. And, we saw him there. I think he maybe played his second game there at the Classic.
Yeah.
And, you could tell that he wasn't quite in the shape that he needed to be and all that. Which
Still contributed, though. Got to give the boy credit. He's got guts.
Yeah. And Mr. Legacy's in. He's chiming in. Riverview comes in at 7. Melbourne moving up. Melbourne's playing good basketball right now. Real similar to what they did last year. I mean, you're talking about a team that didn't look that great, and then all of a sudden here they are. They're starting to show themselves again. And, when they got into that state tournament, that semifinal game that they played against Lamar last year, to me, Lamar looked like the best team in the tournament. And it was a master class of basketball. It was a master class. It was. I'm telling you, it was cuts and movement and, I mean, everything. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was beautiful basketball, and they hit 3 after 3, and game was over at halftime. I mean, it just was, and it really wasn't anything that Lamar didn't do. It was everything that Melbourne did do.
Yeah.
So, anyway. Harmony Grove jumps in. We're talking about Haskell Harmony Grove jumping into the top 10 there.
Yeah, good cards.
21-7, I think, overall right now. They jump in our top 10 there. So, first time they've been in the top 10 all year long. I think 5 through 10, you can take them and move them around how you want to. But, again, I could be wrong. I think 3A boys is more wide open than what we've known in the past. Although, when you've got a team sitting at 29-1, they're the favorite. Mm-hmm. I don't care where it's played. They're the favorite. And I know that that's going to tick off some Osceola people. And I know Osceola's a good team. And being at home, they're going to be hard to knock off. But when you're 29-1, your body of work says you're the favorite.
It really, and it should. If you can't, that's one of those things you just can't argue with.
Right.
I got to say something about the video I posted of Cade hitting his 1,000 career point. Just under 200,000 views on that right now.
Wow. There you go, Ashley. You're welcome.
It's her video.
That's it. You're welcome. 200,000 views. That's what you get with ASN. Mm-hmm. That's what you get with ASN right there. Let's go ahead and let's throw up the sponsorship graphic one more time. We got a bunch of people watching right now. Again, if you want to sponsor your team in the 4A, or the 1A. We're not able to do anything else. But we need sponsors, especially in the 1A. We don't have hardly anything going on right now. We'd like for you to sponsor your team. Help us out. Not only are you able to watch your team play on our network, but you're able to watch the whole tournament because we become Tournament Central. And not only that, but this year I have hired 2 highlight shooters. So we have a highlight shooter for 4A. We're going to have a highlight shooter for 1A. But we need help.
Yeah.
That's just it. We need help. So help us out. Come along. Be a part. All right, let's move on to 4A. There was some movement, especially in the girls on the 4A.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Pulaski Academy went down to Robinson. Robinson's playing good.
Mm-hmm.
And I got an email, and I wasn't able to answer the email, and it was one of those, hey, look at Robinson, check us out. Playing freshman and sophomore right now, and they're sitting there ranked number 3 in the state.
Yeah, they're really good.
Really good. Pulaski Academy falls to 4. I really think Pulaski Academy is going to be in it. But right now, Nashville looks like the team, man. They just look like the team that could be I think they might be unbeatable. I'm not totally sure. It's just one of those things. Every time you call somebody unbeatable, they're not. But, man, they look good. And right now, against the competition, they look really good. They're beating people senseless right now. So, anyway, let's go. Shiloh Christian at 5. Heber at 6. Heber didn't fall, in fact, Southside moved up despite a loss.
Michael Bowen, Shiloh number 1, where?
In his heart. I mean, that's in fact a lot of these comments are because they're number 1 in their hearts, and that's all right. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Number 5 on the paper, but number 1 in your heart, right? P Ridge comes in at 8. Warren is an interesting team. I think they're like 22-2, and look at your team at the bottom.
And my girls, they finished not quite undefeated conference champs, but wound up winning conference outright with 9-1 season.
Setting at 16-7. When I went down the line and looked, they were definitely, in my opinion, they'll be the next one to come in.
And they're playing really good basketball right now. There's a couple of standout-ish girls. I mean, they'll have a better game here, and the next girl will have a better game here. But they play as a well-oiled machine. They play solely as a team. They share the ball really well.
Got some good young players on that team.
They do. Mm-hmm.
The best years ahead are Pottsville has better years ahead of them, I think.
Yeah.
In fact, I think next year they'll be pretty good. All right, let's move on to 4A boys. I don't think there was a lot of movement in the 4A boys. In fact, barely any movement in the 4A boys. And, again, Eastham and Pottsville switched places again this week. Eastham lost to Hall. I'll be honest with you, I could have left Eastham right where they were. I mean, it's one of those things. We looked at –
Except for Pottsville's 2 big wins this past week.
2 big wins. Eastham, but they lost to Hall. Hall, in my opinion, is
good.
Clearly the second-best team right now in 4A.
They moved Blytheville up to 3. They were 4 last week, wasn't they?
No, they were 3. They jumped ahead of Brooklyn after their win. And Shiloh sitting there at 5. Magnolia, I think, at 6. And somebody did post, said that Magnolia is the team that has played Mills the closest 4A. And that is true. It was a 3-point ball game that they played each other. So Magnolia may be a little underranked there. They've played a tougher schedule.
Yeah, they do have a brutal schedule down there.
And then Ozark's sitting at 10, and I think Ozark's a good team.
They are. I've got to see them twice this year. Cooper Dewar can shoot the ball.
They're tough. They play hard.
If you're playing Ozark, you can't give that young man an inch.
And
He's balling like Luka out there.
Well,
he'll hit it in your face.
He's a high school stretch 4. He's a 6'4" kid.
No, he's taller than that.
Bigger bodied kid. He can step out and he can drain it. And, really against Pottsville, that was a big difference there.
Yeah.
And, of course, I know that some people are probably still brooding about that Pottsville not moving below Ozark. But, again, when Pottsville was 6 at the time, I believe.
Yeah.
Ozark was 10. They beat them by 3. Pottsville had beaten them earlier.
By 7.
The movement of everything, just to me, it felt like it dictated that Pottsville dropped to 8 because they only lost by 3, but who knows? I've been wrong before. I say it a lot, right? Anyway.
They beat Dardanelle twice this year, and that's all I care about.
Star City should be in the top 10. They're undefeated in conference. Well,
they're good, and don't get us wrong. We love our buddy Jake Lee down there.
Here's the problem, though, Jordan, is their conference is not very good. Now, they've played some good teams. They actually had a good non-conference game.
They did.
That the conference season has not been good. But Star City's one of those teams that they're going to play that regional. They're going to be the 1 seed out of that regional, or in that regional most likely. And they put themselves in a good position to get to state. Mm-hmm. They find themselves in a really good position to get to state. But I don't know, man.
Come 2 weeks' time, this rankings are going to look a lot different. Very well could. Or they might just look exactly the same. We don't know.
I don't know. I mean, they'll move up and down. Number one, you will see upsets in the tournament, and that will change the ranking again. And we are more leaning to how you finish is how we rank them versus allowing, like if you lose in the first round, we're probably not going to rank you in the top 5.
Can't.
And here's my theory about that is that I feel like that those teams that move on they deserve that. They deserve that ranking. They deserve that recognition. And I feel like that's the just thing to do is allow those teams to be ranked a little higher, in my opinion. Could be wrong.
Hey, Hogs are up 3-0 against Charleston State.
Hey, that's good. That's good. All right, let's move on to 5A girls. And stick around here. We're going to talk the Hogs here in just a little bit.
Got to hurry up and get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. You got to go get kids.
I don't have to get to Amelia, but I do got to go get Deanne.
I got you. All right. Thanks to Russellville Nursing and Rehab for sponsoring the 5A graphics and the 5A rankings here. By the way, if you ever decide you'd like to do that, that is, you're talking about $30,000-$40,000 a week is what we're putting out right now. Farmington girls,
There, you can't argue that in the 5A. There's no argument for anybody.
The top 5 has been the top 5 forever. Mm-hmm. Farmington, Valonia, Greene County Tech, Lake Hamilton, and Mountain Home. That has not changed. It just hadn't changed.
And it's 1 and then a gap.
Right.
And then 2, 3, 4, 5.
And that 2, 3, 4, 5 is good.
Yeah,
good
yeah.
teams.
It's just Farmington. My gosh, they're good up there. Those girls they shoot the lights out.
And then you got Valley View moved up. They were the beneficiaries of the losses there. You got Little Rock Christian, Nettleton, Van Buren, and Greenbrier. Greenbrier did not move out of the top 10 despite a loss, and the reason they didn't is because I couldn't find anybody to put in their spot.
Yeah.
They, even though they lost to Parkview, they were quite a bit ahead as far as games. They're in a good spot to make the state tournament right now with their record. So I just felt like it was just a place to go with it. So Van Buren, they got knocked off and knocked down, but they are still in the top 10. Again, I feel like this is the 10 in this. Let's see what. Lord, why is this thing beeping? In your opinion, who's the best three-point shooter on the list of teams?
Eek.
Best three-point shooter, best three-point shooting team, best three-point shooter. That's a good question. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know the answer to the best three-point shooter in the state. As far as girls go, Easton McCulloch, is she the best three-point shooter in the state?
It could be her, Demaya, one of the two. Demaya can knock them down pretty good from anywhere.
Well, Demaya's the best scorer, I would think.
Yeah.
Hard to argue that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I say that. Easton has put up 2 50 burgers as well.
Yeah, but Demaya got that 72 spot.
Yeah.
The state records are state records for a reason.
You're right. Let's move on to 5A boys real quick.
Yeah, when I saw that Demai highlight, I was just, ain't no way. What?
Right.
Are you kidding me? There he is.
Marion moves up to 1 after Parkview
Uh-oh.
falls, and they fell to Little Rock Christian. Now, Little Rock Christian is one of those, what do you do with those guys?
Mm-hmm.
Because Andrews is back. They beat Parkview by 9 at home with Andrews back. They were, number 1 ranked with Andrews back, before Andrews got hurt. And now with him back, it was one of those things I was like, I don't really know what to do with him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Michael Bowman says, definitely in my heart on the Shiloh number 1.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. I love it. Anyway, Benton falls in behind Greene County Tech. Little Rock Christian at 6. Sheridan's having a good year at 7. Alma, again, good, solid team. I think Alma and Sheridan have got to be similar teams. They've just got to be. Valonia falling a little bit.
You forgot the I in Sheridan, though. Sheridan. Well, that's how they say it. So.
Right? Sheridan. Whatever. I'm telling you, I was doing this at 5 o'clock in the morning. Let's see here. Valonia, they got beat by Greenbrier as well, 56-53. They got beat by Little Rock Christian by 32. Almost give them a pass on that because the McDonald's All-American's back.
Yeah.
But the Greenbrier loss by 3 is a tough one. That's why they dropped so tough. And then West Memphis moved back into the top 10.
And I've seen Greenbrier and Alma both, 2 pretty good teams. And, that I can see why that's they won. I can see why. I can see why they are where they are. 6A.
Yep. Let's move on to 6A. 6A girls. Got quite a bit of movement there. My understanding, Northside, one of the better players that they had, lost for the season due to an ACL tear. So that, to me, that looks like North Little Rock and Harbor are probably your top 2 out of that conference or out of that class now. Northside, Coach Ricky Smith, he's not going to just back down. I can promise you that. Bentonville West, Central, and Bryant, you could probably take those and rank them any way you want to and be correct. That's kind of where that one's at. And, again, you only got 16 in that class, and when you start moving people in and out, it just gets mucky after a little bit. It just like, hey, are we going to put this team that's got 4 conference wins in the top 6? I don't know.
Kind of hard.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to 6A boys. I think Jonesboro made a big jump this week. I'm pretty sure they did. So Jonesboro, we felt like they were struggling a little bit. They came back and beat North Little Rock in the conference.
Oh, wow.
They moved up to 3. Harbor and Bryant, to me, seem to be the best 2. Fayetteville has something to say about that, I think. They were playing really well. Rogers came back into the top 6, but, again, that's one of those things you could probably move 3 or 4 of those in that spot and be right. Fayetteville will probably move up. They had a tough week this week, Fayetteville did, and dropped back a little bit. They lost to Rogers by 3. That was a tough loss there for them. So, anyway, they were leading the conference. Let me go check their standings real quick, see where they're at. We're going to talk Hogs here in just a moment. Make sure you stay with us here. I know that when we get in the 6A, people are like, ugh. We need more 6A fans. We need 6A, 7A fans. Fayetteville still leads the conference at 10-2, but Harbor's at 10-3 right now. But they're also 20-6 overall, where Fayetteville is 15-11. So, anyway, we'll see how that one shakes out. They've still got a couple weeks of regular season. They don't play district tournaments. Obviously, they don't play regional tournaments, just like the 5A as well. There's a few classes, or a few conferences, I should say, in the 4A that don't play district, but everybody's playing regional. So, anyway, but that's how it shook out. That's what the rankings look like, and we're going to move on to the Arkansas Razorbacks real quick.
Well, before we do that, got to give a shout-out to Pottsville Apache Wrestling dominating the 4A state tournament. Big show out for them. Van Buren won the 5A state wrestling tournament. So these want to give a shout out to those wrestling kids. They work their butts off now.
Yeah.
They really do. So 3 hours on the mat every day for practice, that's I couldn't do it.
Absolutely. All right, let's talk Hogs real quick. Let's talk Razorbacks. Basketball, baseball, both had pretty good weekends. Baseball comes out 2-1. I tell you what, that Texas Tech game was one of those you're like, oh.
Yeah.
But I think that was one of those that Dave kind of let the guy out there, kind of let him cook a little bit, see how he could handle the situation, and didn't work out that well. But I'm going to tell you right now, Cam Kozel, if you're going to step anybody to the plate down one on this team, Cam Kozel's the guy. He's going to be the guy that I want at the plate.
And what about Ryder Helfrich? My goodness, what a weekend he had.
So he started off well, but the last couple games he was overswinging a little bit. You know, he had first 2 swings of the year, 400-plus foot bombs, and then, good Lord, Aloy hit one 447 feet. I mean, he killed it. You know, with baseball, this is – you want to talk about
early
a marathon.
Season,
You want to talk about a marathon.
Well, they got 30-something games.
30-something, 60-something.
Oh, 60-something. Sorry, I know what I was thinking.
30 SEC games. Arkansas has not finished below 18-12 in the SEC since 2016. In the SEC.
I like to go undefeated in the SEC once. I think that'd be pretty fun.
Well, you're probably not going to.
I know.
The best team that I've seen in the SEC, I think, went 26 and 4 or 25-5, which was the Tennessee team that didn't win it all.
Yeah.
Then 2 years later they won it all, but now Vitella's gone. So anyway, there's a lot to be dissected with Arkansas baseball. You don't even know enough about them right now. Felt like starting pitching was pretty good. I think Hunter Dietz kind of got squeezed a little bit in that TCU game. Some people are saying, well, that was Big 12 umpiring crew out there in TCU being in the Big 12. I mean, people say what they want to.
We got a freshman on the bump today.
Yeah.
He's 3-1. He's scoreless, so that's a good start.
Taylor Scales. Taylor, you sent me an email about 3A. We're not doing 3A this year. I do appreciate you, though, sending that to me. Appreciate the interest. But we're just doing 4A and 1A. So we're looking for sponsors for 4A. We're looking for sponsors for 1A. Basketball-wise, 3-game winning streak since the loss to Kentucky. Darius Acuff Jr. continues to do what some people say is the best point guard ever. He will end up he actually could end up scoring more points than anybody has in a season. And I'm not talking about just freshmen. He's going to break that record this week.
Yeah.
Scotty Thurman has the record. And Scotty averaged about 17 points a game. Of course, Arkansas plays more games than they did back then as well. And Acuff is averaging like 22 in SEC play.
No, 24.
24 in SEC.
24 in SEC, like 21 in regular season for the whole year. 21 a game is ridiculous.
That is wild. So Isaiah Joe fell just short of that record. Was it Isaiah Joe?
Yeah, I believe so.
No. It was Moses Moody.
Oh.
Moses Moody fell just short of the record with Scotty Thurman. It was like 10 points difference. It's not going to happen this year.
No, Acuff's going to
unless he gets hurt. I hope he doesn't get hurt, by the way. I'm a little bit perturbed, by the way, by the seeding process. Almost every place that I've seen has Vanderbilt seeded over Arkansas. Some of them have Louisville seeded over Arkansas. Alabama seeded over Arkansas right now. Now, Arkansas plays Alabama on Wednesday night. They need to win that game. It's going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got to wet my whistle there. But anyway, with all that being said, Arkansas playing pretty good right now. My question to anybody is, what do you think about this team? Do you think they can win more than – I think they're a Sweet 16 team. I don't think they're going to win much more than that, but I may be wrong. Like I said, you almost have to sorry about that. You almost have to see them take a next step, and I mean the next step that they would take would be in postseason play. So, I mean, can they do that? Yeah, they can. They've got a pretty tough stretch here. They got Alabama, they got Florida, they're at Mizzou, got Texas coming in. I mean, these are games they could win. the at Florida game is a real tough game. If they have any chance of winning the conference whatsoever, they got to win that game. You're getting to a point now that you're basically running out of time.
You got to hold serve.
Only 6 games left. By the way, they're not going to go 2-6 like we talked.
No, not at all.
Like we talked about next week or last week. They're going to go at least 3-5, if not, I would say. But I think that this last stretch of games is going to be interesting for sure. They've got a lot to play for. It's a lot of fun to get to the end of the year and actually have something to play for. By the way,
Yep.
I'll tell you, I would say that if they were able to go to Alabama on Wednesday and win that game, I might think about saying they could do more because that's a high level game. Mm-hmm. It's a really high level game. They're going to have to be able to play better defense down there because Alabama is going to. What Alabama's going to do is they're going to shoot layups or threes. That's all they're going to do.
At least they don't have their cheating player anymore.
No Bediako.
Yeah,
no Bediako.
Gross misjudgment of the rules.
So let's see here. Pooh Bear the Prophet says, I'm more concerned about who's heading to the draft, like Billy Richmond. He's the key to the next year's team. I agree. And then he said something about the Pulaski Academy boy is dominating right now. Yeah, I forget the kid's name. I saw something. He had 40 points last week.
Man.
So, anyway. All right, guys. I think we're going to wrap this one up now. Appreciate you joining me. If there's or joining us, if there's anything that you got, let us know right now because we got to go. Justin's got to go get his girl from the hospital. He's had an interesting week.
Yeah.
And
to say the least.
We'd like to do this again this week if we can.
I got games tomorrow.
You got games tomorrow?
Pottsville?
They don't play till Thursday.
Oh, they don't play till Thursday? Oh, I thought they played Tuesday.
No. Anyway.
Boring week for me then, never mind.
Right. Thursday, Saturday for you. That's it. And then off to the regional tournament. But like I said, we've got to spend a lot of time on the phones, unfortunately. Our time has got to be spent on the phone. So, anyway. Well, guys, we appreciate you joining us here on Arkansas Sports Now. I hope you've enjoyed it. Maybe we can come back, talk Hogs or just district tournaments even. We didn't even really get a chance to talk about district tournaments, just the rankings. We just don't have enough time.
We'll try to talk about some more.
Maybe so. But anyway, again, one more time, if you're interested in sponsoring your team in the 4A or the 1A tournaments, send us a message on ASN High School, or you can email us there. And that's it.
See you, folks.